Well, this is going to be a preview about this sport watch that I bought from AliExpress. I'm going to upload only the raw file, and it's going to be with many splits, many shots, without editing or anything like that. I'm just giving you many shots about this watch and what it can do, how to work with it. The thing is that it didn't came with any kind of manual, just this symbol on the side and the watch itself. So this is basically it. Now this is the watch. So I will click on the mode, and now it's on the steps mode as a pedometer. So now walking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and so okay, it's quite accurate. Now I'm going to walk just 10 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stopping. Still 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stopping. Now maybe 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So the thing is that if you are sitting on the chair and walking to the bathroom or somewhere else, and it's just it's going to be just 10 steps, it will never account these steps. So if you want, so the thing is, everything that is going to be north than 15 steps is going to measure. So if for instance you made 6,000, which is the normal goal for steps in a day, it won't account for those minor ones, those 5 steps every little while, or 10 steps or so. It will only count for the longer period of walking time, which is, for what you can see, roughly 15 steps or more. I'm going to continue checking the other settings in this watch, how to work with it, because it didn't came with any kind of manual about how to set the time, the date, how to work with the different kind of monitors. So those going to be on the other shots later on. Bye bye. Okay, this is the second part of the preview, and it's kind of funny that only now I'm going to give you the reason why I bought this thing at first place. Because the other kind of sport watches, or maybe I can say bracelets, looks something like this. You see, there are different kind of bracelets or watches. Those are what you can see on the white, blue, orange. This is the most common and simple version. There are more advanced options like this one, which looks more like a normal watch and not some kind of a bracelet. But those are more but this is a more the simple versions, or in the common one. And all of them are in a way that you have the bracelet itself that you can work with, but most of the features and settings that you can do with it is only by controlling it through some kind of an application when you're using your cell phone. So as a result, if you have, let's just say in my case, I know some very maybe 60 years old guy that didn't want some kind of a bracelet that it needs to use also the cell phone. So it's like two devices that you should use in order to have just a simple pedometer or something else. So just needed something else that you don't need to use the cell phone. It's very cool to use bracelet and cell phone for athletes and young people, but for in some cases other people just want something very easy to use. Only one device you should carry on yourself, and that's it. So that you don't need the cell phone whatsoever. So this is the reason why I try to find this thing, this watch, in order to have something that I don't need a cell phone. It's just the watch as it is. It's not a smart watch, but it is a watch that uses also a pedometer. Now, so this is why I bought it at first place. Now, the funny stuff is when it is on this mode, the first mode, the main mode, the main screen, whatever, it doesn't count your steps. So as long as it stays on this screen, it won't count the steps that you are making through the day. In order to do so, you need to change to the mode for this mode, and then it needs to stay on this mode all the time in order for it to count the steps. Now I'm going to do very funny stuff, like I'm going to bounce my head like I'm walking, but I'm not walking, but I'm I'm going to mimic it in a way. So let's do it. Yeah. Okay, more than 15 times. You see? And when I did it, I thought about something with shaking and Taylor Swift and okay, so forget about the funny stuff. The thing is that if you're going to do something that makes your hand shake, like aluminum work, you're going to be construction worker or whatever, don't use this thing while you're doing this job. So you only use it while you're walking or whatever. So if you are going to go to construction or to have to work in a construction site or other places, and you don't want to count the steps, you just need to change to different one, and then it won't count it. So just use it as it is right now. But then when you stopped working and later on in the evening you go to walk or I don't know, something else, then you need to change it back to this mode, to the second screen, and now it will count the steps. So be in mind that never shake your hand, because it will count those steps. So let's call it fake steps. So this is one flawed, and I believe that this is something that will happen, that is going to happen to any different kind of pedometer, because I think it has some kind of a sensor inside that senses the shakes or the bounces that you are making, and this is the way it is being able to count the steps. So don't shake your hand by mistake. Okay, so this is it. Now, when you try to, another thing thing that is one time it happened to me that it fell down for, I think it was a half of a meter, maybe a little more, but something like that, on the floor, and there isn't any kind of scratches. It's working perfectly. The build, it looks like a very impressive build. In matter of stainless steel, I don't know, but everything looks pretty damn good. I just hope it will be able to stand for many years. Here are those pins that you should be able to get rid of those straps and put new ones if by mistake those are get ripped off, broken or whatever over time. Because it doesn't seem to be that those are very standard ones. I think it's very special to this watch, so I don't know if you will be able to replace those strips in normal store close to your home. But either way, for a normal watch, which is a decent watch, I don't think it's going to be an issue, because it should be able to withstand many years until something is going to happen to it. And of course, it's not a belt that you use on your tummy, a lot of pressure. It's just to put it on your hands. So 3-4 years easily. I don't see any problem in this case. So in matter of counting the steps, it is count the steps quite good. You just need to to be in mind that it's gotta be on this mode and not on the main mode, on the main screen. And of course, don't do it while you shake your hand in some kind of a job or whatever. Okay, now this is a light, so I'm going to turn the light here for a bit. And now let's turn on the light. So you see, it's not a normal light that you see some kind of a lamp on the side, but it's more like that the color, the watch itself changes a little bit. Okay, so this is pretty much it about the light. Because it's very dark, it's getting hard to get focused on it. Okay, but this is pretty much what it is. Okay. Now the weird stuff is how to work with this watch, because it only came as it is, no manual, no nothing. At least maybe I didn't find it. I will go back to the package and see if there is anything in there, but I didn't see, and I thought I already threw it. Whatever. So this is while I'm going to the main screen, and when you click it very long, 10 seconds, maybe more. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, okay, so nothing. It's just light, but it's just a light. But when you go to this mode, then you see the steps and the clock and the time. So, and when you look, when you click very long on the light button, again the light. Okay. Here. This is where I think you set the clock. Now maybe I will click on it very long. Still not. No. This is the pulse. No, no. So from here, let's maybe go up. Okay. Alarm. STW, I think it's stopper. Down. Okay. Up is set it to 0. No, this is timer. So no, I probably this will set it to 0. Okay, so it's giving you the ability to change it back to 0, to set it to 0, and with light. Okay, fine. All right, now the timer. What the hell? Timer down, light, both of them. So I don't know how to work with the timer. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is it. Now on this time you have the steps. This is the distance, if I remember. No, this is the distance, kilometers. Okay, this is 270 steps. This is the correct time. I don't remember what it is. I think that this is the amount of time it took me to make those 270 steps. I burned 8.1 calories. I don't think it's accurate, but whatever. And 0.18 kilometers. Okay. This is here. Now here it's May 13, 30 steps, up, kilometers, steps, kilocalories, kilometers, but it changes by itself. I don't need to click on the up button. On the down button. Okay. This is May 10, 10 steps. On May 11, 0. May 12, which was 2 days ago on Friday, when I did my first preview, I did 568 how much was it? Steps. So it is a memory inside to be able to store all the things that you've done. I don't know for how many days it is able to store, but it's nice thing that you can know how much I did today, how much I did yesterday, the day before it, how much I did on January maybe. So it's very cool feature. Okay, very nice. It turned back to the main screen. Okay, this is Pulse, and I wasn't able to figure it out how to work with this thing to work. You see, it doesn't do anything. I don't know if I need to click on something in order to work, and I don't see a green light here, some kind of a sensor, so I don't know if it is even working. Okay, this is pulse, down, didn't do anything, up, nothing. Now mode. So on the first mode, back again, when you do up is alarm, alarm 2, stopper, timer, and that's it. When you click on down, nothing. No, now I'm in the alarm. Let's go and click longer, nothing happened. Now here, long. Still nothing. Stopper, timer. What if I'm going to do it with holding the down and the light? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nothing. Now up. Still nothing. Wait a minute. Whew. Finally, I was able to figure it out. Okay, first thing first. When you go to the first mode, you have this thing. So let's make some steps for first, so that I will be able to show you what I need to do. Okay. it seems to be very fakely that I did 30 steps. Now, in order to erase what I did, I need to click long on the light button. Do I want to erase it? So if I'm going to just don't do anything or click here and here, nothing is going to happen. If I'm going to click then on the same button once again, it will erase this information. So, you see? Let's do it again. Na 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 na. Okay. Now, once again. Okay, you need to move your finger very immediately, because then it will count like you still clicking this button and will erase it, like a long erasing in a way. So when it went to the erase option, don't stop clicking it, because then it's like it's going to think that you are click on it once again to prove that you want to erase it. So don't do it. If you long, then here you see nothing happened. But if I'm going to light and again erase, you see it deleted it. Now I'm going to do it once again, and let's go to the something steps. Yes, now I'm just going to click it as much as I want. No, okay. So one click and another to delete it. Very cool. Then okay, okay. This is the second thing. Okay, here you have the mode. No, nothing. This is the main screen. Okay, so you have alarm. So you can do it. Now it's on. Now it's off. The second alarm, on and off. Now the stopper, on. So to start, to turn on, it's always on the down button. Then here it's to erase it. Very cool. Now it's timer. Now timer need to set. So in order to set things right, so the here it's to start it is to start things like turn on, start the stopper, and so on. The light is a button is to erase, to delete, to set to 0. Okay, and this is in order to calculate or a different kind of settings. So long click on the mode button, and now you can set the timer. 12 hours timer, just 6 hours timer, just even 50 seconds of a timer. So let's say not 23. Let's try to do it. I want no hours whatsoever, in matter of minutes. I think it's going to be just cool to set it to 8 seconds. Okay, and okay, now down 7. It's too much. Okay, I'm not going to wait so long. I hope that I can manage to set also the seconds. No, I don't believe that I can. Only hours and minutes. Okay, now we are back to the main screen. Again, long button to calculate, to set. Okay, and now you can set if it's going to be 24 or just 12 hours format, and I'm going to click here, but I'm not going to do it right now because I already set it to the right time. Now the hours the minutes, the seconds, the year, the month, which is now May. This is the 14th day of May, okay? Signal. It looks like it's on. Maybe if I click on it, it's going to be off. Signal for alarm clock. It is. I think it's the signal that determines that every hour you hear like a drum or a noise. So this is the way in order you to know that an hour passed. So sound, now it's 5 a.m. Another sound, now it's 6 a.m. So every hour, okay? I think that this is the signal, what is supposed to be, okay? Steps. This is Okay, so if you're going to do something like labor, something with your hands that they are going to be shaky all day, or put this watch in your bag, put it aside, but it's kind of weird to put your watch somewhere else because it needs to be on the wrist all the time. So why do it at first place? So the other thing is just to set it back to the main screen. This is going to be enough. Then when you get out of the job and go back home, and then you want to count the steps, just click and turn the watch to the second screen to stay it on this screen, and this is pretty much about it. So don't shake your hands unless you're really walking or something like that. The second thing, which is because of it is much better than using a cell phone pedometer. This is why it's always good to use this kind of a device, or what you saw in the early on, the different kind of smartwatches and bracelet, that they are using some kind of a pedometer, some kind of a sensor that really senses your steps. Now, different kind of applications that while you're using only your cell phone, those applications normally uses the GPS. So I don't know if it is going to be the Runkeeper or Google Fit or I don't know, other application. I don't know which one of them are good or bad, but in generally cell phone applications determine your activity by GPS movements. So if you're going to drive in your car, which I already did it once, I went back to my hometown to nearby location. I think it was roughly 20 kilometers, around half an hour driving. And of course I did a little bit of walking to the grocery store in that day and so on. It turned out to be that I probably made around maybe 2,000, maybe even more steps. It's ridiculous because the normal goal is 6,000 steps, and I did far more. So when you use a cell phone application, when it uses GPS, be in mind that it's going to count your driving like you're walking. So don't use, in this case, cell phone applications. If you want to use it as some kind of a more sportive way, while you're going to run on some course for as any athlete would have do. So this is a good way to track your course, in what kind of streets and what was the lane you will be able to see each and every kilometer what was the pace and so on, but just for running and walking, and that's it. Don't use it while you're in the car, okay? So this is why the step counter in those applications just doesn't work. Maybe there is one application that it is working, but basically don't do it. The only way to count much better the steps is using this kind of watches, or the other kind that I show you, which is our bracelet or smart watches. This is the other thing. The third thing that I talk about is if it is convenient. So first of all, it's very easy to use. You only need this watch without any kind of an application to control it. It's just this and that's it. So it's very easy. So if you have a very grown-up person that don't know how to handle the new technology like applications, cell phones, and all of it, just buy him a very simple pedometer like this, which is also give you time and date. So it's like a watch but also pedometer, but it's not a smartwatch, so it's much better option to use in this matter. And of course, because it is not a smartwatch, it's much cheaper because it doesn't give you an Android version with application to answer somebody calls you, to write messages and so on. It's just watch and pedometer. So if someone needs for something special as it is, don't want a smartwatch, which is a great thing to have smartwatch, but if you need a very simple thing just for steps and time, this is the perfect thing to buy. The build, like I said, is quite okay. I think it's even very, very good, very strong. It fell down from 1/2 meter. I don't see even a scratch. So altogether, I believe it's a very good product. The longevity of this, I hope, will going to be for many, many years. You know, like stainless, it will not eventually wear off or something. It seems to be a very rigid, a very firm, a very good device that is going to last for long. At least this is what I'm going to hope for. And this is pretty much about it. I'm going to provide my link of my transaction when I bought it at AliExpress. So I'm going to provide the link to the store or to this watch. In matter of the cellular communication, it's irrelevant because I just bought it and he sent it to me in a very proper time. I didn't need anything special from him, like any kind of an help or anything else. I will maybe try to communicate with him to ask him why there isn't any kind of manual, but it's not like I really need it. So the communication is irrelevant, but overall the transaction was pretty damn good. One thing is, I don't know how to measure the pulse. I don't know how we do it. So tools, I'm long clicking of it, and turn back to the main screen. Once again, long click. Or maybe those metal stuff, gray or silver on the upper side, those are the sensors. It's going to be interesting. One here, one here. I think it's ridiculous what I'm doing. Now it's beeping. Now you see the heart. So this is how it is working. Nice. So it is working. So the seller will not be noted by me. I don't need to send him anything. So the seller doesn't need to do anything because I finally figured it out. So this is like you have a battery or a coil. So this is the plus and this is the minus. Like you need the electricity to go through your body or something. Interesting. So first of all, let's measure my real blood pressure. It needs to be measured at 60 seconds. So I'm only going to measure 15 seconds and multiply it by 4. So, wait a minute. Here it is. Okay. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Once again. It's hard to find it. You can do it. You're doing it every day. You are a sport. You are an athlete. You're running 15 kilometers in every little while. You can find it maybe here. It's kind of funny that I cannot do it right now. Okay, now I'm feeling it. Okay, so I need to count 15 seconds. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so 20 is 80, so 19 is 76. Okay, now let's do this thing. Okay. What? $77. Interesting. 76. 77. Now let's do it once again and measure it once again. Wait a minute. Let's do it when it's going to be 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. So it happens to be that the sensor is quite okay. So I don't know if it's going to last for 5 years or not. It is a very firm, very beautiful watch. In a way, it's like it's not like, the best design or so. It's very simple, very, in matter of lines, colors, everything is simple, very straight, very calm. But I'm like the simple style, not the super amazing style. So for me, it's beautiful, exactly what I need. Everything seems to work perfectly. After I was able to figure it out finally how to measure my heartbeat. So a very big thumbs up. Bye bye then. One thing that I forgot to say, that if there are going to be more things to come in the future, more things that I would like to add, I will put it down below at the information. Okay.